Shericka Jackson's 200-meter season's best at 22.17. So, can she win title number 3 at this year's World Championships 2025 in Tokyo? And Megan Tapper gets ready for her close-up. And could Jordan Scott be a sleeper in the men's triple jump for Jamaica? Welcome back to the channel, people. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, thank you for making it Peter Lloyd World. Go ahead, please hit the subscribe button and continue to grow. When you do that, hit the notification bell so you know the next video drops. Please want to hit Peter Lloyd World. Also, if you enjoy the content, please hit that like button and finally leave your thoughts. So, ready? Yep. Good to go. Well, Megan Tapper is having the best year, well, one of the best years of her athletic career thus far. So far this year, she has reclaimed her national championships title in the women's 100 meters hurdles, ran a new personal best in that event, and won her first official Diamond League title. At the Monica Diamond League 2025, Jamaica's Megan Tapper ran a new personal best of 12.34 to take her first Diamond League title and to inject herself directly in the conversation of this year's World Championships.
Set.
As expected, great start from Devon Charlton, set third to right, leads at the moment. Oh gosh, and real bad hit of the hurdle there, start going really well on the near side. Megan Tapper storming away with this one, takes it by best part of a metre, and in second place Kambunji on the near side, and the time 12:34. The wind -1.1. Well, that's a shame. If you turn that wind around, they'd probably got under the meeting record, but 12:30.
Megan Tapper has been on a tear and seems to be peaking just at the right time as we approach this year's World Athletic Championships 2025. So could she be a factor in an already very complicated and complex field of incredible hurdling talent? And my answer is clearly yes, because as I keep saying to you, in the hurdles, it's not just about your sprinting prowess, but about your technique. It's about who turns up on the day. And Tapper, with a 12.34 PB, is definitely a factor. Well,
guys, I am, what's the word? I am...
Procrastinating?
No. Huh?
I am glowing.
Oh, thank you. Coach said I'm glowing. I am, what's the word? Protesting. Because I have a light day today and Joe is making me do all of my warm-up.
Process matters.
make sure to subscribe to Megan Tapper. Okay, now Jordan Scott has had one heck of a Diamond League season. In fact, without a doubt, his best year to date in the men's triple jump. Not only has he broken his own PB at least twice thus far this year, but he has won 3 Diamond League titles by my last count and came second in one, and in the Diamond League final just missed the podium by taking 4th. So is Jordan Scott the answer to Jamaica's prayers in the men's triple jump? I think so. At the Monica Diamond League, Jordan Scott walked away with his 3rd Diamond League win for the 2025 season and broke his personal best in that discipline twice. His winning jump of 17.52 was the 2nd time he set a PB at the Monica Diamond League. Jordan Scott, in my opinion, will allow Jamaica to forget the transfer of a particularly talented young triple jumper to Turkey. Scott is my pick to medal at the upcoming Tokyo Athletics Games.
So far here in 2025, really flying the flag for Jamaica in the triple jump. Not got the mark up yet. They're taking their time here, measuring it. Every centimetre could count. Only 1 centimetre on the board for Jordan Scott. It is an improvement, 17.52. A new lifetime best for Jordan Scott. A strong following window.
Jordan Scott is currently the 3rd best triple jumper in the world for the 2025 season with that jump and PB of 17.52. He sits at number 3 behind Andy Diaz Hernandez, who has the best jump of the year so far, 17.80, and Wu Ruitin, who has the second best jump of 17.68. Jordan Scott has already landed in Tokyo and is prepping. He shared this to his social media pages. He wrote, "Grateful for another opportunity to represent Jamaica at the World Championships. 13 days out, final tune-ups before we get going. So I personally believe that Jordan Scott should end up on that podium and could actually walk away with the win. The fact of the matter is he has been improving his PB consistently this year and has been in a winning way. He barely missed the podium, as I said earlier, at the Diamond League Finals in Zurich. And I think he will medal at this year's World Championships in Tokyo 2025. So, with a season's best thus far of 22.17, can Jamaica's Shericka Jackson, the two-time consecutive champion of the World Championships in the women's 200 meters, do this for the third time at the Tokyo 2025 World Championships? Shericka Jackson had a gingerly start, let us say a cautious start, to her 200-meter campaign for the 2025 season. Her first off-island run was at the Diamond League, which took place in April earlier this year, where she lost to the American Anavia Battle. Battle had been in a winning way for most of the outdoor 2025 season over the 200 meters. Anavia Battle ran at 22.41, a meet record and season's best, to take the win ahead of Shericka Jackson, who ran a then season's best of 22.79, with Jenny Prandini taking third in 22.97, also a season's best. Later in the year at the Racers Grand Prix 2025, Shericka Jackson also took the win, this time in a time of 22.53, improving on that previous best for the season, and won in a very definitive form. As I said, 22.53 Racers Grand Prix. Take a look at the final segment of that race.
Canada. Jackson now stepping on the accelerator. Jackson, this is her stomping ground. Shericka Jackson, the world champion, looking to better her season's best of 22.46 and 22.5.
Introducing Peter Lloyd World merchandise, where style meets comfort. From trendy tees to cozy hoodies, we've got something for everyone. Elevate your wardrobe with our high-quality, fashionable designs that make a statement. Whether you're hitting the streets or chilling at home, Peter Lloyd World has you covered. Shop now and upgrade your look with Peter Lloyd World merchandise. Available exclusively at Peter Lloyd World. Link in description below.
Now, Shericka Jackson has not yet ran a sub 22 in the 200 meters, and we know that for her to make any impression at World Championships, she must be in sub 22 category. I mean, now, according to World Athletics, she's not even in the top 10 in terms of the fastest time thus far for the 2025 season over 200 meters. The fastest woman thus far for the 2025 season, 200 meters, of course, is Julian Alfred with that insane 21.71. Melissa Jefferson Wooden of the United States with 21.84 in the second place, and Mackenzie Long of the United States with 21.93. Gabby Thomas is no longer participating, and as far as I know, Mackenzie Long is not going to be representing. So neither of these two young ladies will be at Worlds this year. Julian Alfred may be the person to beat for Shericka Jackson. She laid down this insane run earlier this year of at the London Diamond League and just looked incredible doing so. Here's that 21.71 win by Julian Alfred.
Doing that okay, that Daryl Nita perhaps doing it better, and Amy Hunt running a fantastic transition, but she hasn't got it in the home straight. Julian Alfred streaking away with the women's 200 metres, 21.71, a new lifetime best for Julian Alfred, into a slight headwind. She's had horrible headwinds in her last few races. Give her a kind of...
And of course, I've already mentioned this young lady, Melissa Jefferson Wooden, who has been on fire, laying down in the final women's 200 meters at the USATF Trials 2025. She laid down this blistering 21.84 to take the win, meters ahead of her USA teammates.
Too far behind. Jefferson Wooden ahead of the field. The Navy Battle had a nice run, but now she's losing ground. Gabby Thomas trying to get in the mix, but she will not. And Melissa...
Then there's the USA's Brittany Brown, who's coming into form late in the season, just around the right time. She won the Zurich Diamond League finals in the women's 200 meters, just ahead of Dina Asher-Smith and Talu Smith, but looked good in the process. Battle won the Zurich Diamond League in the season's best of 22.13, just ahead of Dina Asher-Smith, who's also coming into her own, 22.18, and Talu Smith, 22.25, all season's best.
It was the two of them pushing Brown right to the line. No one considered.
So clearly, Talu Smith has to be considered, and definitely Dina Asher-Smith. Remember, 2019, she was the world champion in women's 200 meters. But then there's this young lady, Jamaica's Ashanti Moore, who set a new PB of 22.40 recently to, I think, inject herself into the conversation, because she also recently ran her first sub 11 over the 100 meters.
Like a compatriot in the 200 meters for men, and it's Ashanti Moore racing away. So she's already done 22.66 this year, and that's going to be close to it.
At the Silesia Diamond League 2025 in mid-August, I think about August 16th, we saw Shericka Jackson run her fastest time so far for the 2025 season, laying down an impressive 22.17 to take the win ahead of Brittany Brown and Favor Ofili. Jackson ran at 22.17, Brown 22.21, and Ofili 22.25.
Nita moving well. Shericka Jackson, who's strong over 400, has got some running to do just yet, but here she comes in the pink, the Jamaican in lane 6, easing away, but they're coming back at her. Look at Brittany Brown trying to get there. Is she going to hang on? Yes, she does. Strong enough to keep them at bay. Amy Hunt back in 4th place, but...
Now this, of course, is my 2 cents. So, can Shericka Jackson make it 3 in a row at this year's Worlds 2025? Given the fact that her season's best thus far is not a sub-22, and there are people like Julian Alfred with that insane 21.71 world-leading time, as well as Melissa Jefferson with the second fastest time this year of 21.84. Now, as I said, Gabby Thomas and Mackenzie Long are not a factor here. None of them will be at Worlds as far as I am aware. Gabby Thompson just pulled out. Mackenzie Long did not make the team. So, is it possible, with Dina Asher-Smith clearly getting into form, a battle clearly getting into form, can Shericka Jackson do the almost impossible and make it 3 in a row? Now, the clear considerations here are the obvious ones. One, she has not yet broke sub 22 seconds, which is essential. I mean, you cannot win this race without running a sub 22. That's facts. But this has been a very sort of odd year for track and field, primarily because it's been an abnormally long track and field year. And since Jamaica had its Jamaica National Championships 2 months prior to Worlds, it's been odd. What it means is the athletes have had to sort of get to the best shape possible without peaking, with the hope that then they'll run not too many races and then peak towards the right time. Now, the last time we saw Shericka Jackson, she ran at 22.17, as I just said, at the Celestia Diamond League. And she's been trending in the right direction. Her season's bests are getting lower and lower and lower. But we've not seen her since August the 16th at the Celestia Diamond League when she ran at 22.17. So the question becomes, will we see the Shericka Jackson we anticipate at the World's Championships 2025 in Tokyo in a few days' time? And I kind of think that she's going in. I kind of think yes. As I said, it's been a very weird season. It's just been abnormally long, people. And you don't want an athlete to hit their peak, because very, very few athletes, as far as I am aware, can peak more than once for the year. It's not impossible. So I think that what we have seen of Shericka Jackson is the plan. Remember, she's recovering from injury all of last year. They didn't want to push her too hard too soon. And also, they have to be strategic because they don't want her to peak too early. The good news for me here is that she's trending in the right direction. She went from 22.79 to 22.17 over like 2 or 3 races. 3 races. That's a good look. 22.17 is impressive. But will she be sub 22? Now, given the fact that we saw her run, I believe, 10.88 at Jamaica National Trials in 100 meters, she can, at this point, I believe, run a sub 22. Now, I know that I normally rely on the numbers, but in this instance, like I said, it's been a kind of weird year. The other thing that I have to say is that Shericka Jackson is a big event performer. She turns up on the big occasions. She has managed to hit her PBs in the finals of the women's 200 meters in the 2 World Championship 200 meter titles she has taken. That is not normal. So I think if she continues to trend in this direction, come heats at World Championships, we're going to see something closer to a 22 flat, and then she's only going to get better. I do think she is capable. If she's at 100%, she can take down both Melissa Jefferson-Wooden and Julian Alfred. If we look at the sheer numbers, though, they have the advantage going in. The point is, she must hit a sub 22 by heats, or at least the semis, or it's going to be a problem. But because I saw her run that 10.88, I think, I'm doing this from memory now, in the finals of the women's 100 meters at Jamaica National Championships, I think she already has a sub 22 in her legs. I think they've been working on different parts of the race like they normally do. The curve, her start, the endurance phase, the drive phase. I think that's what's going on here. So I am thinking she should be on that podium. Do I think Melissa Jefferson-Wooden is a factor? No doubt. 10.65 in the 100 meters, the only woman who has run that kind of time, and then she came back and ran 10.66. Yeah, it's going to be a factor in the 200 meters. And she clearly has 200 meters strength. 21.84 is no walk in the park. Julian Alfred, just a beast. And I mean that in the most wonderful way. Meaning beast, not in terms of how she looks. She's a beautiful young lady. I'm talking about that will to win. But so is Shericka Jackson. Dina Asher-Smith must be taken seriously. So I'm kind of thinking the women we need to look at will be Asher-Smith, will be Wooden, Jefferson-Wooden, will be Alfred, and will be Shericka Jackson. Now, I kind of think Ashanti Moore may end up in that top 5, top 6. Why? She's improving consistently. She could actually crack that top 3, top 4. It's like a 15% chance, but I see her making the finals and being in that top 5, top 6. She's getting stronger and stronger. And a lot of the other people who have given her a problem, Mackenzie Long, Favor O'Philly, Gabrielle Thomas, none of them are there. So now there's Battle, Aneva Battle. She's going to be a factor. Brittany Brown is going to be a factor. So it's going to be a tight one. But I do think that Shericka Jackson is trending in the right direction. And if she is in sub 22 orbit come heats at World Championships, there's going to be a storm. And we know at her best, none of these young ladies can come close to her. Not even running 22.71 can Julian Alfred come anything close to her. Shericka Jackson is a whole different level. So if she's fully healthy and she continues to trend in that direction, I think, honestly, not looking at the numbers in this instance, she will be able to defend that title and take home number 3. Is it going to be easy? No. Do I think Jamaica's Ashanti Moore can surprise? Yes, there's always a possibility, but I'm seeing her in the top 5, top 6. Who do I think are going to be the young ladies that will be the greatest problem for Jamaica's Shericka Jackson? I've already named them. Battle, Brown, meaning Brittany Brown, Anavia Battle, Dina Asher-Smith, who's coming into form, people. Julian Alfred, no question there. She's probably going to be the biggest problem, and Melissa Jefferson-Wood. But I do believe Shericka Jackson is trending in the right direction. She shows up on the big occasions. She has it in the legs. She already has the speed. It's just about the confidence. I do think she can defend her title successfully and run a crazy time. I am saying something close to or sub 21.60 if she is anywhere back to her previous best. But it's not going to be easy. Now, as I said, Jordan Scott should be on that podium. And the fact is, Jordan Scott can walk away with the win. You know, it just happens what happens on the day. I'm grateful for Jordan Scott. And Megan Tapper. Well, the women's 100 meters hurdles is going to be insane. I have my theories about that. I'm not yet ready to talk about it. But let's just say, I think it's looking good for Jamaica. But this, of course, is my 2 cents. I'd absolutely love to hear your thoughts. Now, don't forget to support the channel. Check out our merch store at printify.com. Get some merch, people. Support the channel. I'll leave a link in the description below. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button, the notification bell, and hit the like button. Remember, you're royals, kings, and queens. Bless up.